Alright, folks, as promised, we're going to try to briefly go over this. I already typed in Little Juniata fishing, and a fishing report come up, so I'm going to click on it with my tablet. It's going to bring up a couple websites where you can get Orvis has one, and TCO Shops is the one I usually go with. Sort of gives you a live feed on what the stream's like and the conditions. This is up to date usually each morning. It's August 30th today, 2017. The TCO State College staff are big into giving people full reports on the stream, which is really cool because you can just get online and figure things out pretty quick here. The stream level is running at 114. The norms 97. Water temperature, which is pretty important. The water is in the 60s, and the clarity is real clear. The fishing overview, that's pretty much telling you what's going on, what they're taking. We're going to scroll down here a little bit. Gives you specifics on what TCO Shop is seeing from reports out on the stream. Gives you a list of hatches. Gives you a list of hot patterns that people are using on the Little Juniata to catch fish. Gives you other information, contacts, the TCO Shop. What I like the most about this is they sort of give you a live feed in the morning of where the water flows at. And what I really like about this is they listed it at like 114. But actually you can get a pretty close to approximately the time that you're going to be heading out onto the stream of what the flow is. This is what I've learned in the last year. When the streams are going up, just starting to go up, it's adding a little color into the water. The flow's going up. Seems like the fish more actively feed as it's going up. And obviously, once you get to a certain point of stream conditions where the flow is really rising and it's almost unwadeable or unfishable, obviously you want to get off the stream for safety reasons. I've also seen on the tail end of this too, when the flows are receding a good bit, it's manageable to get into wade or boat. You pick up a flurry of activity when that's descending too on the back side of that. We're going to go over conditions. That was flow I was going over. The conditions when the stream gets a little bit of stain in it, especially your high pressured streams like the Little Juniata. When you get a little stain in the water, the fish ain't so spooky. They're actively feeding. You actually produce more numbers when it's going up. On the back side of that, usually when the stream's up and has some color in it, and it's blowing up, a lot of people stay off the stream till it's rapidly coming back down to where it's safe to wade or fish. The back side of that is when the conditions are coming down, when the flow's coming down. Sometimes the water is clearing up as you're fishing. I see a spike in fish activity then too. So your flow and the conditions that you're fishing in are pretty important. The condition of the water, actually outside is too. Bright sunny days normally aren't the best days of fishing. Little cloudy, overcast. Fish seem to not want to hide as much, so they actively feed more. And typically you're not going to get warmer days when it's overcast or cloudy. Actually, a lot of these big streams, the best fishing's in the wintertime when the conditions aren't very favorable outside, but the fishing pressure's down, and the fish know that, so they're more actively feeding throughout the day looking for things to eat. This is how I prepare myself for if I'm going to Little Juniata or Penns Creek or Spring Creek here in central Pennsylvania. Actually, most of the little streams that I fish, I can eyeball them as I'm either driving by or just pull off the side of the road real quick and check on the conditions. Sort of blessed here in central Pennsylvania with all these bigger wild trout streams, and then PA has several Class A wild streams, and some of them are fairly small, but I really enjoy fishing them. You typically don't get any really big trout on there, but you have plenty of activity of juvenile trout, and then that's very varying conditions too. As long as you can safely make it there, the smaller streams usually produce a better number because they're a more concentrated number of juvenile trout. And most of your mature trout, they're sort of hard to find in any of those conditions. But I promise you a little overlay of how I gear myself up with flow and conditions. I hope this helps you out on your next venture. Check into the TCO Shop's fishing report the next time you're heading out to central Pennsylvania or another destination here in Pennsylvania or whatever state that you fish. It could actually help you not waste so much time, fruitless time on the water, where you're actually being successful. And actually, the reports they give you on the active patterns that people are having success with, they actually will help you out too. So that's a little bonus to this flow and condition video. We're going to get on some on-stream fishing, how to read water here in the next week or so. And actually, I'm going to tie up some flies. I just started tying flies here in July, so you're going to have to bear with me a little bit. They're not perfect flies, but I've tied long enough that I've tied some simple flies, and actually have had some success on it in the small Class A streams and the bigger Class A streams here in central Pennsylvania. Like I said, this is more for flow and condition and to give you a little heads up of up-and-coming videos. So please stay tuned. Frankie Outdoors, and God bless you all.